Chapter 37, The Battle of Good and Evil. The sun had set over the city of Jerusalem, casting long shadows across its narrow streets. The pretty young girl, one of the many who had been converted during the first days of the Pentecost, walked alone, her heart still aglow with the words of love and forgiveness she had heard from the apostles. But as she wandered, a figure emerged from the darkness, an old woman, hunched and frail, her eyes sharp and calculating. It was Lucifer, cloaked in disguise. The old woman approached the girl, her voice dripping with false concern. "I saw you with those old men in robes the other day. What they told you were lies," she hissed. The girl hesitated, her faith wavering for a moment. "What they said was beautiful. They spoke of love and forgiveness. They said if we obey God when we die, we will live with Him forever." The old woman scoffed. "Obey? Why should you have to obey anyone? You look like a smart girl to me. You should do what you want. Don't you desire laughter and the pleasures of a man?" The girl's voice trembled. "Yes, but I saw what they did. They healed many who were afflicted. The people understood their words in all languages when they spoke." The old woman leaned closer, her tone growing more insistent. "Denounce them, and I will promise you a peaceful, full life." The girl hesitated again, her mind clouded with doubt. But what of the gentle woman who was with them? Her words were kind and loving, more so than all the others. The old woman's face twisted in disdain. "That one is worse than them all. Shun her. Withdraw from her snares." Before the girl could respond, the old woman's form shifted and contorted, revealing the true horrifying visage of Lucifer. In an instant, he entered her body, leaving her trembling and broken. Several days later, in the girl's sleeping quarters, she lay gravely ill. Her family gathered around her, their faces etched with worry. In the cenacle, Mary saw the girl's suffering and sent first 2 angels to aid her, but neither could rid the girl of Lucifer's spirit. She writhed in agony, her body and soul tormented. Through the bustling streets of Jerusalem, Mary walked alone, her angels surrounding her in silent vigil. Her steps were swift, her heart drawn toward the one who desperately needed her aid. "Why do you delay me from reaching her?" she asked, her voice filled with urgency. One of the angels replied, "There is no need for you to walk through the city when we can carry you there with greater ease." At once, Mary was lifted by her angels, carried effortlessly through the air. In an instant, she appeared within the girl's room, her presence radiant and undeniable. The lingering evil spirits gathered like bursts of fleeting light, vanishing in fear at the sight of the Holy Mother. Mary approached the girl, her voice soft but firm. "What was said to you?" The girl, weak and trembling, whispered, They persuaded me to believe that the disciples of Jesus were deceiving me." Mary's eyes filled with compassion. "Look what those beliefs have done to your young body. You are very near death. What is it that you wish to believe?" The girl's voice was barely audible. "That I am loved, that I will have peace." Mary leaned closer, her words a balm to the girl's troubled soul. "You will, if you cast out the thoughts planted in your mind by the one who only wished to deceive you. Believe my word, child. Jesus awaits you if you believe my words." Then Mary took the girl into her arms. The girl's final words were a whisper of faith. It is God whom I love, and Jesus, who for my sins gave his life. Forgive me, Lord. With that, she died peacefully in Mary's embrace. No soul was unimportant to the Queen of Love and Mercy. She kept her promise to save souls, even as her beloved apostles began to suffer at the hands of Lucifer. Despite the protection of angels, persecution against the apostles grew fiercer. The first to be seized was Stephen, dragged away and thrown into prison. Chained to the cold stone wall, Stephen lifted his gaze, and before him appeared Mary, radiant and solemn. Her voice was both gentle and powerful. Stephen, you shall be the firstborn of the martyrs, chosen by my Son to follow the path of his own sacrifice. Stephen's voice was unwavering, his heart steadfast. I will follow him, a privileged disciple walking in his footsteps. Mary's words carried both comfort and purpose. You will stand as a fearless soldier, leading the armies of martyrs to come, bearing the banner of the cross. Stephen was taken from his cell and led to the center of a courtyard. His hands were bound as his accusers encircled him. The first stone flew, then another and another. Each strike landed with crushing force, but Stephen did not waver. Instead, he fell to his knees, his face illuminated as the heavens opened before him. Behold, I see the heavens opened, and its glory, and in it I see Jesus standing at the right hand of God. He cried. His executioners, enraged, covered their ears, refusing to hear what they called blasphemy. The mob surged forward, dragging him violently across the ground as the stones continued to fall. In the cenacle, Mary watched in sorrow, her heart breaking as she witnessed Stephen's final moments. Turning to one of her angels, she commanded, "Stay with him until the end, then carry his soul to my son." As Stephen breathed his last, his spirit was lifted into heaven, the first martyr welcomed into eternal glory. But even as heaven rejoiced, Mary's heart ached, knowing that this was only the beginning of the trials to come.